Welcome to another edition of Driving Perilously.
Name that toot.
The show in which we turn on the radio and talk about what we hear.
Name that toot. Amy and her purple tutor, except no.
Many years ago, I hate to say this because it makes me sound like I'm 3 million years old, but
Yes. What do you call an illegally parked frog?
A leaper.
What do you call an illegally parked frog?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Toad.
Aw.
Welcome to AutoZone.
So I have an uncle who would just pretend like he doesn't comprehend that joke because frogs are not toads. But it's actually not true. I just found out that, well, tortoises are turtles and toads are frogs, but frogs are not toads and turtles are not tortoises. So there you go. Nice, helpful hint for today.
And a grand prize of 1,000.
Oh, I have news. One of my videos received a copyright strike. I thought that was interesting because I usually turn the music down after a couple seconds, and I don't think I've ever kept the music on for more than what I would think would be acceptable, but I don't know what the law is. So, there you go.
Isn't the quality of air you and your family breathe?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's July 1st. The weather continues to be nearly unbearable when outside. I and others find ourselves going to places just because they have air conditioning. It's pretty sad. And then, of course, in those places, it's 20 degrees colder than outside, so you need a jacket. Well, this might be the most disappointing episode of Driving Perilously that I've ever posted. We'll see if I even post it. Wow, don't I have anything to say about any of these offerings? Yesterday, watching television, we came to the conclusion that there should be a channel that's all commercials. What do you think? Check out B.G. Cumbie's fabulous inventions. He might espouse that as well.
4th of July weekend, and I love this weekend. 4th of July, probably my favorite holiday. Yes, even over Christmas.
Speaking of the 4th of July holiday, I heard young people talking about the fact that they don't want to celebrate living in America because things are just so bad. And I don't know if they're just responding to what Scott Adams would call a laundry list. I mean, there's always things that are bad, but there's always things that are good. But if you just list a whole bunch of things that are bad, then you'll think that everything's bad. But there's always things that are good. But it is disheartening that people think things are bad when it's just some things are bad. Duh. no idea what else that gentleman sang, but I may Google it.
I can take out no matter what the fortune.
So we're about 6 minutes in. Absolutely nothing noteworthy to say today, at least in my opinion. And talking about arrogance, sometimes I think that's what the writings of Aristotle are. Just some guy talking about what he's thinking, and just because it's old, it's suddenly important. Of course, if you've ever read any Aristotle, everything he ever said was more important than anything I've said today, at least. Oh, there we go. That's pretty. 1980s sincerity. That's what that music is. Phil Collins, In the Air Tonight. That's what sincerity sounded in the 1980s. If you didn't have words, you just had music. So I've been thinking about that because we're doing Heathers the musical, and it is set in 1989. The movie was released in 1989, and then they just added this musical score. And music can make things funny. Music can make things scary. Music can make things sincere. And in our production, we're doing the same exact thing for the show within a show that's supposed to be hilariously, darkly funny, and a commentary on the uselessness of society and the horribleness of people, that we do at the end of the show when we're supposed to be sincere and we all like each other. So I'm trying to figure out the difference between those two scenes. It's the scene with Fleming where she is so happy that she's on TV that she's condescending and using everyone as props to her show. But then at the end of our show, for real, not the end of the show within the show, we do the same thing. Choreography, and I don't know, I can't figure it out. My gut feeling is that when the girl comes out in the wheelchair, that we're supposed to all say, oh, that people will just laugh like they've been laughing for the previous 2 hours. But we will see. Obviously, shows hit people differently, different ages, different experiences. You know, people who've been bullied are going to react to the show. It has some rapey overtones that aren't acceptable anymore, that were acceptable in 1989. And I don't mean that it's excusing it, but there's certain things now that you're just not supposed to talk about at all. Maybe like in the 50s you weren't supposed to talk about rape at all, but now you're not supposed to talk about it because it's offensive, and it's hard to say. But there's subject matter in Heathers that was dark in 1989 that is offensive in 2022, and I just wonder what the reaction's going to be in this funky theater. The people who go to the theater, this particular theater, they're not exactly conservative, but, well, they're not conservative politically, but they're conservative. They don't think everything's funny, right? And this play, this musical, Heathers, it's just offensive to me, and I don't find many things offensive. So we'll see what happens. We'll see if the audience likes it. I'm always shocked again when I hear that a Broadway show only had one performance or two performances or a week performances because the audience hated it. Because if you get a different audience in there, they're going to like it. And why would you close an entire Broadway show with half a performance or, you know, a week's performance? But, you know, it happens. I don't think it happens here in South Florida, but we will see. So anyway, that has been all over the place, a little bit of current events, and we've got an 11-minute video. I think I'm actually going to post it and add to the noise pollution that is the internet. All right, thank you for listening.